Okay. All right.
I'm
Sounds good.
recording today's right now to the cloud. And
All
I'll
right.
send these once I see them up. Should be a couple hours.
Okay. All right. So for this first one, I just want to, I kind of messed around with this, but we didn't want to spend too much time on it just because I knew you're a wizard at regex. And
Oh, okay.
that's the best way to do it.
Sure.
So if I was to get to where I'm supposed to get to, the routes file,
Yeah.
we used to have this like Nova controller that was causing us issues that we kind of talked about yesterday. And you
Yeah.
don't do it this way. The only reason why we try to force this is because it wasn't after it goes through this web routes, it doesn't get to Nova because this last one is the markets variable. So we're
Okay.
grabbing the market thing here. So I think one of the ways we could do is we could just do a function where it excludes uh, Nova as however regex handles that.
And sorry, what's Nova doing again?
The backslash Nova route
Uh-huh.
is not making it to the actual Nova controller. That's all done within their, um,
Yeah. And what
wherever.
do they recommend? Just setting up that Nova bit?
I
Or you
don't
do
know.
a
I don't
setup
know if
at
that's
all?
the best way or if there's a better way within Laravel to like get past this market thing without having to explicitly say it beforehand, like we put all of our other routes.
The prefix market.
Yeah. So because that's a variable, the backslash Nova, when you go breakout.test backslash Nova is thinking it's a market. So then it's can hung up there.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I definitely see what you're talking about. I'm wondering. I see. Well, let's take a look at um, what Nova has or what they recommend, because there's got to
Okay.
be a way around that.
I would think so. So like
So yeah, let's just
Laravel.
when we look at their routes, yeah, let's see what they have.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't have like a Nova. Let's see what the top question is first, and then let's look at
Okay.
them. Oh no, you're fine.
So go like here into the tools
No,
or
sorry. Let's read the top answer first, just to see what the answer was. If it's
yeah.
something stupid, then we'll go to the docs. Okay, yep, it's something stupid.
Okay.
Maybe it didn't clear his cache. So yeah, let's look at the Nova docs routing.
Rejects not
Nope,
nothing.
second.
Yeah. All right. I think the actually this one might be our answer right here. Custom route overruling Nova route.
Cool. Let's see what they said. Mm,
So they're essentially
yeah,
trying to do rejects, I guess, as well.
yeah, little regex.
Regex. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, let's just do that. Why not? I mean, you're never gonna have a market called Nova.
Yeah, I'm not.
All right, let's do it.
So just grab this.
I don't even think you need a regex. I think you can just say where market is not Nova.
Ah, okay. So
I
like right
think.
here.
Tack it on the end, yeah,
So
and then that'll
where
be market.
and how do you do is not like
That's gonna be the interesting part.
something like that.
Probably not. Let's go to the docs and let's go to the docs and look at routing. They might have like a
All
where
right.
not,
Okay.
but you never know. They might. There's probably like a just search it for where because I don't know where that's gonna be in here. There's a
Okay.
fallback. Yeah, where's that fallback route? Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So
So they're like regular. That's regex, right? Regular expression constraints.
yeah, which is kind of fine. And then
It's fine
global
for.
constraints.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take your video sessions on regex
Yeah.
because this just looks like foreign language to me.
Kind of is. I wonder if pattern takes a. We could look that up. Let's keep going down. Somewhere in
Well, I
here
mean,
they had like a
essentially,
fallback route.
this is regex, right?
Yeah, it is.
So we just changed back in for Nova, and it should theoretically work.
Yeah, maybe. Let's just. They had a fallback routes in here somewhere. If you can go back up to the table of contents. Yeah. Using the route fallback method may define a route with no other routes matching the incoming request. Typically, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, yeah, that's not what we want. Okay, well let's try that and just put Nova in there
Okay.
and let's see if it plays on. So change backend to Nova and take out the dot star.
Well, when we wanted backslash anything, or
No, because it
okay,
has to match what market is.
okay,
So
but
basically the um, from the beginning to the end, it can't be Nova.
okay. Do we need to do like where not, or
No,
how does?
nope, just where.
Okay.
They don't seem to have a where not. I mean, they might if we dug around in core,
So is
but
that what this is? Is this a not?
that's the beginning of the string, the caret, and the end of the string is the dollar sign. So what it's saying is between the beginning and end of the string, in this case, the market portion,
Mm-hmm.
the prefix portion, it can't be Nova.
Okay. Okay. So that this foreign language is doing what we're wanted to do.
Well, maybe we need to go.
There was, but in the meanwhile, Matt just did a workaround, Stauffer.
Hmm.
So let me find his workaround that he did. Give me just a second.
Does he like contribute code directly to the project?
Yeah, we've been. I enjoy kind of working with him. Yeah, so we were just on like one of these video conference things,
Cool.
and um, we're just kind of getting Nova set up a little better.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm not super strong with Nova, so that'd be good if he could help with that.
Yeah. So I think what he did here it is this config Nova. He changed it. We added admin to it so it wouldn't conflict with the market.
I see.
That was
So
our
you were
work.
getting past it.
That was our temporary workaround.
Sure.
Yeah, to not have to deal with it. All right. So Nova. Hmm.
The Nova path is
Oh,
fine.
I don't think I've.
Oh, probably haven't pulled down the latest.
Yep. I think that's exactly.
Beep. So do git stash
Yeah.
and then do a git pull. And
And
then
then
git stash
get.
pop. You're probably still going to get the conflict, but
Okay.
oh,
Go
you're good.
git add
No, you're
this
good.
file. Oh, it worked.
I think so. You can do a git diff on that file just to see diff, yeah. And then diff.
IFF.
Yep.
And then type in that file or just.
Well, you only have one. Go ahead and hit enter.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's your only change.
Perfect. Okay.
Q to quit.
With a semicolon in front of it.
No, you shouldn't have to, but
Okay.
cool. Okay.
All right. So now we can take this back off.
Take that back off and see if you can still get to Nova.
Okay.
And if not, we'll tweak the regex. But I think we're on the right track. Call to member function where? Oh. I think where only works for a group. I'm going to get control here for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
I just want to see. All right. Whoops. That was my
Should we use that function thing up there at the top?
Do it. Did you give me control?
I said hit approve.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I just want to go back to this routing bit.
Okay.
Somewhere in here, there's like patterns. Yeah, I don't think they put that on the group, so we're
That
gonna
makes
go make one
sense.
of these since it's a group thing.
Okay.
So we're gonna drop this, all this nastiness. Because you might use market somewhere else, to be honest.
Yeah.
So let's go put it in here somewhere. What was that? The route service provider we said?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go to the route service provider. And cool. And then it said we can put it in the boot method. All right, cool. Let's do the boot method. There's our route parameter. And we're going to say market. From beginning to end is not Nova. $sign Nova. That might take, pattern might take a, what you call it, wish there was like a save all. Might allow us to pass a function in there, so
Okay.
let's see what this does though, before we get too fancy. Yay!
That works.
And at Atlanta. Yay!
Uh,
Oh no! Oh, you gotta choose a city, right? Or wait, did we
that
break
should
something?
be one. Yeah.
Alright, so it seems like we broke some shit. Alright,
Yeah.
that's okay. Alright, good thing we tested both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go to regex 101 tester. This thing's the jam. And we're going to do a little test on
Okay.
what this was. So we had beginning and end, Nova, and we're saying not Nova. Okay, so matches characters, not Nova, literally. Well, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, good question.
Negative look ahead. So Nova, Atlanta. All right, so I think I see why they did the dot star now. So yeah, that's a little funk, but
That's just in character.
basically this dot star,
Mm-hmm.
what this is a negative look ahead. So it basically looks at a string and says, look, you can't be Nova. But the problem now is, what if you had something like Nova City? It's
Mm-hmm.
not going to get that. It'd have to start with the words Nova. So like if you had like Novapolis, that's never going to be able to be a location. So it's a bit rigid is my point. So I want to
Yeah.
see if we can clean this up just a little bit. So
Okay.
I'm wishing yet again that you had PHP Storm,
I understand.
but we're going to try to find it ourselves.
Okay.
Whoops. Laravel API. Sometimes they have these docs online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here we go. I'm wondering if pattern takes a pattern can take like a callback. It's not in here though. Router. Search for what I want. Here's something. I think we were already there. Yeah, I see it's a string pattern. Set a global where pattern on all routes. Shit. Regex does not match. sure what. There's no not operator, at least not the way you want. You can use a 0 with negative look ahead. However, only match if the text following. There are 4 combinations. Here we go. Not quite, although generally you can usually use some workaround in the forms of, which is characters by character, not, or a negative look ahead, which is A not followed by B. Just trying to think of other alternatives to be able to write this. Because, I mean, I think Novapolis, doesn't exist right now, so you might be okay.
Yeah.
But someday when one of those doesn't show up, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be one of
I
those.
don't know why.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those landmines. So let's just do this for a sec.
Okay.
And we'll spend just another minute on this so we know. So Tallahassee should show up now. Cool. And Tallahassee, Florida. Good. And Nova should still work.
Perfect.
I'm just wondering, let me think here. How can we make...
Yeah, I mean, but if the only exception is a city that begins with Nova, as
city that had to begin with Nova, yeah.
That's not that big of a deal. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Let me take just 2 minutes here to see
take your time.
If there's an idea. Let me just kind of think of an idea. You can't just say not Nova. I wonder if you can say not Nova or whatever else. That's probably not good. Let's try it though. So we'll say something like not Nova or /W still there. Nope. Yeah, that's not what I want. Yeah, I wish pattern had a callback or there was a where not.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to have that. So we'll go with what we have. Yeah, just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. I don't know of any cities named starting with Nova, but again, it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
There's a possibility there. Oops. There we go.
Yeah.
That's what that does. It's basically you can't start with Nova and potentially have things behind it, that's kind of the part I don't like. I wish I could say you can't start with Nova and then be the end of the string.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It'd be nice to say that. But we know that this works, so I'm not gonna burn too much time on it because again, without knowing that there's already a city with Nova, and you also have another way around this, which is,
I could change that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at any point in time, you could just make that admin Nova, and it's a non-issue.
Correct. Yeah.
So, or you could even, prefix the thing to be a subdomain like nova.breakoutgames.
Yeah, that would work too.
So there's a couple different options there. So let's just make sure that's back to where we want.
Do you use subdomains in your projects, within Laravel?
I haven't that often, but I mean, I know people have. I've worked on projects that have, so they're not that difficult to deal with. In fact, there's a domain property, in the options here.
Yeah.
So you just, you would just say something like domain, and you just say whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
API dot breakout games, or even just API dot, and then it knows to put the rest on there.
Yeah, that's interesting. Could
So
you even
yeah.
do like multiple domains with it, or is that getting too complicated? Could you have like one Laravel app that has many domains?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Like
So
theoretically, you could make Atlanta a domain. Like you could
yeah,
say atlanta.breakoutgames.com and it be
a
the
whole
market.
entirely separate thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. It would
that's
still
interesting.
run the same app, but the point is like on the surface, it would look like you could just flip market from being a subpath to a subdomain, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
pretty easy change because you can use patterns in the domain as well.
Okay, yeah,
So
that is
yeah, I
interesting.
was just working on a site the other day that did that, and it's like a multi-tenant thing, and so he sells it to different places, and
Mm-hmm.
each one has its own subdomain.
But it's all controlled all in the same
It's
app.
all one code base, yeah,
Yeah, that's great.
but it
That's
allows
interesting.
it allows just like your app learns what the market is and does certain things. His figures out, oh, you're this tenant. Okay, well you only get these rights or whatever, or you
Yeah,
only get access to these areas.
yeah. All right.
Anyway,
And I assume with Nova, we don't need this off routes thing anymore, right?
no, that would be you having
Just if
some
you,
kind of authentication in the system.
yeah, so I can delete that.
So you
Okay.
should be good.
Okay. All right. Should we commit this as like a separate commit? The
Yeah, I'd go
Nova
ahead
ones?
and backfill those changes just to kind
Okay.
of overwrite Balfour's in a obvious commit.
Mm-hmm. So, yep on that. Yep. Yep.
Cool.
I like hitting up to go to my things. Sorry.
What happened?
I like hitting up arrow
Oh
to go
yeah.
to like my previous
I can show you another
things.
cool one if you want.
Yeah.
Go ahead and finish the commit, and then I'll show
Okay.
you a way to cycle through old commands faster,
Okay.
if that's what you like.
So exclude Nova from markets. Will be there. Like, would I call that like a variable, or what should I say? Exclude
Um,
Nova from markets.
yeah,
Um,
with pattern matching or something. With
okay.
pattern, with route pattern. That's probably the best
Okay.
way to say it.
Okay. Exclude Nova from markets with route pattern.
Cool. Yeah, I think that any Laravel dev should pull enough out of there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. So what's show me the other command here,
Oh,
or
if you do
besides FF?
Control R,
Okay.
just press Control R, and now do commit, and then
Oh
you can press
wow.
Control R to continue to go back through.
Oh, that is slick.
And when you find the one you want, you just hit Enter.
All right.
So go ahead
Huh.
and it won't run it. You just hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit! It did run it. Sorry.
Well,
But
it
you don't have
doesn't
any.
matter because it was nothing
You
committed.
once you find the one you want, you can press like the right arrow or something and start moving
Go
around that
edit.
command to edit it. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, so it's just Control R, whatever search term you want for an old thing, and then just keep pressing Control R till you find the one you want.
Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. So now the next thing we're going to talk about was um, this is probably has an issue to do with my other um, um, the Laravel app, the reporting one, because
Okay.
I'm putting in this map functionality on the other one, but you can see it's refusing to connect. So I think to show something in an iframe from another Laravel app, there's like, do I need to allow cores or some type of
Yeah, gosh, what is
permissions to to do an iframe from one layer of overlap to another.
Yeah, there's a header for an iframe to allow it to happen. We should be able to right-click and just kind of see what restrictions are in place. Yeah.
Like inspect it.
Yeah, go ahead and inspect it. And then it's trying to do, so what tries, oh, okay, so this amp iframe tries to load it. So let's go to network.
Okay.
And let's just do that preserve thing. Yeah. And then let's refresh the page and we'll see what kind of error is actually happening from the Drew Roberts thing. Let's go back. So somewhere in here, there's probably a red. Somewhere. No, maybe not. Let's go to doc. See doc.
I mean, it could be in this amp iframe thing.
No. It should attempt to actually load your site somewhere.
Okay.
If you hit the X there to get back so we can see the full thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Sort them by domain and see if you can find yours. Somewhere in here should be a Drew Roberts.
Yeah, break out the Drew Roberts. Here it is.
Yeah. So let's go to the headers instead of the response. And there should be something. So it got a 200 get, and the frame options are the same, or that's the problem. See that X frame options being the same origin? Yeah.
Okay.
So do a Google search for X frame options, and I can try to explain it to you through that. But basically, this has to get set. It's not a Coors thing. It's an X frame or an iframe thing, but you can override it with this. Yeah, that top result. And again, just like these results say, it's basically to prevent someone from iframing like your bank's website into their site and doing some weird DNS at the coffee shop and like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So what you can do here is, there you go. See that allow from?
Okay.
You're basically, if you're truly going to keep it this way, or even if you're just going to test this way on your site, you're going to have to add the header X-frame options allow from.
Can I do like a star and allow from anywhere just for this one view on that other site?
I think you can say maybe, let's scroll down. The directives kind of tell you. Same origin allow from. This page can only be displayed in an iframe from the specified origin. Note that in Firefox, this still suffers. So scroll down with the X examples. You could attempt to unset it. I don't think there's like a star. I think you would just unset the header.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's setting it though. It's either your server is just setting it.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you hosted with?
DigitalOcean.
Oh, okay.
Through Forge. So.
Yeah, so.
But could you, or you can't change it like in that other repository?
Yeah, you could. You could override it with something, but I don't think you can just say star. I don't think so.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I don't know. I don't know where in your web stack that's getting set is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So I can't just go to that particular view.
I mean, yeah, unless you're setting it here. Now, I do know you can go to public, and in that htaccess file, we can override it.
But that would be for all views or just for the one?
That would be for all views.
Yeah, so I don't know if I want that.
To override it just for well, it'd be just for views within reporting.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't you loading reporting dot or breakout dot?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Drew Roberts.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's the htaccess. So
hold on. I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to do. What's in reporting? I don't know this app, so I have to know that.
It has like all of our company data and stuff. So it processes from all the the third-party APIs that have all of our sales and bookings.
I mean, if you wanted to be super strict about it, the thing to do would be in the controller that's generating the view that you want. If it's the breakout reporting,
Yep.
then, you know, then you add this header to allow it to be shown on.
Okay, so I'm going to go just to that controller.
So whatever the controller is for
Yep.
wherever this thing goes. Again, I don't know this app, so.
Yep. So app, let's see.
So if
Should
it's
be
a
like a
controller, then it's
map.
going to be HTTP.
Yeah, that's right. HPC controllers, and it should be like a little map controller. We may not have done a controller. Let me look at the web
Oh,
routes.
okay. Well, if it's in the routes, it's even easier then.
Okay. Here it is.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I just did it as a route view and just point to that particular view.
Yeah. So this calls API?
Yes. I tried to do that, but that was it doesn't have to be here.
No, it's fine. What's the actual call? Can we go look at that on the page? I want to see the URL you're actually calling.
Bronson just changed it because he was trying to do it and he imported some of his own things. So it is like /map embed or something. Map dash embed.
Map dash embed. Okay.
Yeah. So it really should just be /map with no trailing backslash.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're just calling.
And I tried to throw it in the API because I thought I knew cores. I'd already excluded all API and cores. So I was hoping that would solve it, but it didn't.
I see. And what is this map stuff? Is it just data or like a page?
Yeah, so just a page. So it'll show you like on our current website. I can't show you. This is one of the reasons I hate our current website. It redirects you from the homepage to wherever. Let me get you in Safari. Let's see. I don't know where I have Safari. There it is.
I guess what I'm trying to figure out, if it's not API data, then you could just load it over the web.
Yeah, and that's what I'd probably prefer.
Okay.
There we go. So it just does this little map, iframe.
I see.
And you click around and go to a location.
Gotcha.
And I don't know why they're using this iframe instead of just trying to embed a map. I guess with a map, you kind of have to do iframe anyway.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So let's go to the web. Start right here.
Yeah, I would just make this a function. So you're going to do route get /map.
Okay.
And then you're going to make it a function. You're ultimately going to return the map view, but so function, yeah, cool.
Drop that one down too, or
no, you just need the curly braces. This is what you forgot.
yes.
The function was good.
Okay.
So parentheses and then curlies. Cool. And then you got an extra. Yeah, cool. All right, and so in here you're going to return view map, but we need to set a header.
Okay.
So first return view map, and I'm pretty sure.
Like that.
Yes, and then we're going to have some headers. So let's see here. There's something a little bit fancy. There's a fancier way to do that. view. There we go. Okay, yeah. So if you need to control over the response headers, then you should use view method. Of course, if you do not need to pass, you can use the global. Okay. So it's actually going to be response arrow view arrow header. The header's fine. It's just we need to prefix everything with a response. I'm not sure why they do it that way, but that's what it is. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
And then the header is going to be that X-frame thing we got from Mozilla. So I'd go grab that.
Just grab the whole, like including the.
I would do the that part first, and then we're going to do the allow bit next.
Okay.
All right.
Put like comma in there? Or?
Yep, comma, and then the next thing is going to be the value. So in this case, it's going to be, if we go back, it's going to be that allow.
Allow dash from. Okay.
And then you have to tell it the domain you want to allow from. So, okay, well, let me test that before we go through the trouble of this.
Okay.
X-frame options. Allow from domain. Multiple domains. So supposedly, the modern alternative is the content security policy header, which allow many other policies can whitelist the URLs that are using the frame ancestor directive. Unfortunately, for now, it says the frame accessors directive obsoletes the X-frame options header if a resource has both policies. The frame ancestors policy should be enforced. All right. Wildcards or lists are not permitted. Yeah, so you have to be explicit.
Okay. Can you do multiples?
Yeah, you can do multiples. I don't know how they're separated though. I don't know if it's just like a
space
comma or what. I'm looking. But either way, we're going to start with the 1. Yeah, this is lame.
Yeah, so essentially 4 that I need.
Apparently it's a space. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then I need to do like separate non-HTTP and HTTP, yes? Those need to be unique.
You really don't want to, I feel like you really don't want to be throwing like 100 in there.
Yeah, there's only 4. And it needs this backslash on the end, like in this example.
Hold on, I'm still trying to figure out the right format. So
okay.
I don't have that yet. So I'm not ready to answer other questions. The more I look at this, the more it just like seems wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy has them separated with commas, but it's not the right answer. Like they didn't accept his answer.
Okay.
I don't have a definitive answer. There's nothing.
Should we just do one header for each one of them? And it'll
no, because that'll just overwrite each one.
Okay.
They have to be all on the same line. I don't think the HTTPS bit is needed, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think you could probably get away with saying like.
So then I just need 3. So break out the test goes away.
Sure.
Do I need a little backslash on the end?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I would just use domains and let's see if it works.
Okay.
And I guess, yeah, separated by spaces. I don't know.
Okay.
X frame options multiple domains. I mean, yeah, I clicked through the top 6 results and no one had an answer. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean they have multiple. Supposedly there's an allow all. So if that doesn't work, we'll find out. Yeah, you'll have to deploy this. That's why I wanted to spend the time to get it right, because it's probably going to be super annoying to.
On this other one, maybe change the home route. Let's see. Let's get this in partials.
Is it what are you doing now?
I have to change this.
Oh.
All right. Let me find what sheet this is.
While you're deploying that, I'm gonna go run to the restroom just real fast.
Yeah, feel free.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. It's not working yet.
Yeah.
It won't.
When you go when you inspect it, do you get that X-frame options or no?
Let me see.
Do you get what you set
That's a good question.
on yours? Don't go to the other one.
Yeah, I'm trying to. There we go.
No, go to the straight site that you deployed to. I want to see that
Yes.
there.
Okay.
This is where we should see it first.
Yeah, that's a good point. So it's going to be in the head.
No, it'll be in network. It's a response.
Okay.
It's part of the headers. You'll have to refresh.
Okay.
I think there's a way to refresh from the dev tools, but I don't know what it is.
Okay.
And then go to doc so we don't get all this. Yeah, it's the map page. You can filter it by map if you want up top. Yeah, there you go.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really help. Top one's the one you want.
Okay.
And then scroll down, we should see, yeah, see it still has same origin. So it seems to be something you can set multiple times.
Okay. Oh,
It's
yeah.
a test, that doesn't seem right.
Huh.
Isn't it breakout games?
No, just break out the test for a development site. I changed it while you went to the restroom to remove the other ones to see if that was the issue.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's try it out.
And the only other thing I wanted to do is like HTTPS and the trailing backslash. The examples I saw had that.
Okay, yeah, that's fair if you want to try that. Have we tried just this?
But why is this one still there too?
They seem to compound on each other, so.
Okay. So then does that one override what we're trying to do?
I think it's just, it lets you specify multiple. Have we tried the breakout.test and it didn't work?
Just breakout.test, but here it is with the HTTPS, and I can add this one on.
So breakout.test did not work.
No, that's the one that's one we're looking at right now.
Okay.
All right, so now if we refresh this,
all right,
should be the correct one. Oh.
This page can only be displayed in an iframe on the specified origin. Note that in Firefox.
That's still not working.
Yeah.
So here, you're refreshing it as well, right? Network. Clear it and refresh it.
Yeah, it should show map, yeah, if you want to filter it. Or that, yeah.
Here it is.
Scroll down. Yeah, I mean, it has HTTPS. I mean, from what I know, this is the right approach, but I could definitely see there being issues in a lot of different areas. The duplicate same origin could be an issue. The AMP could require a different setting because it's an AMP iframe. This might take a little more research.
Okay.
In general, what you have should work, but again, I don't know if because of AMP, I don't know if because of Forge, I don't know if because of the test. Like, what is test? Where does this live? Is this a...
It's just a...
like, where's breakout.test? Is that on your machine running?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
That's just
I don't know if there's another, you know, I don't know if these X content type options no sniff. Like, I don't know if some of these other ones override it. Like, you're going to have to look
at the order of it.
If you scroll up here, what other headers do you have? Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's coming from Nginx as well, so that's another
Mhm.
interesting approach. So again, I don't know. Nginx might have something special.
Okay.
Um, just
I do know AMP iframe didn't allow from the same site, and it does work if we point it over to Breakout, which is a WordPress that had. So it is something to do with this Laravel app on
mhm.
uh, breakout.drewroberts.com.
Yeah.
So and there's something, I guess, with this origins thing.
Yeah, I don't there's Nginx configuration you can do, but I mean that's going to be across the board. Um, Setting the meta tag is useless. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Again, AMP might read up, you might just want to read up on AMP and see if there's some gotcha in there.
Yeah, that could be.
AMP,
And there's a gotcha. There's the reason why we're trying to do this is because there's a gotcha in AMP. You can't do same origin. You can't do an iframe from the same domain. So that's why I have to put it on this other domain than the reporting app.
gotcha.
But it works. This works if I point it over to like our existing map on our current website. It shows.
Ooh, say that again.
It works if I put it over to our existing map on the same website. I mean, to like breakoutgames.com, the map that we're using there, it will work on an iframe on this AMP site,
Huh,
this dev site that we're playing with.
strange.
So I think it has something to do with the reporting app that I have, this other Laravel app that's not allowing it.
Yeah. By default, an AMP iframe is sandboxed. See details. An iframe must only request resources via HTTPS from a data URI or the source doc attribute. An AMP iframe must not be in the same origin as the container unless they do not allow same origin in the sandbox mode.
Oh, so if we allow same origin, we can have all this on the same website?
Yeah, I mean, again, that's why I would just read this a little more closely because I feel
Yeah.
like there's going to be a new option in here. Because I mean, it's already seeming a little bit strange that you have to
Yeah.
put
So if
this on a
I
different website.
put this tag in there, maybe that would allow me to put it on the same.
Yeah, I was reading about that. Iframes created by AMP iframe always have the sandbox attribute defined on them. By default, the value is empty, which means they are maximum sandbox. By setting sandbox values, one can opt the iframe into being less sandbox. All values supported by browsers are allowed. For example, allow scripts, allows the iframe to run JavaScript, allow same origin, allows the iframe to run JavaScript, make non-coors XHRs, and write to cookies.
Yeah.
Your iframing document that was not specifically created with sandboxing in mind, you will most likely need to add allow scripts and allow same origin to the sandbox attribute.
Okay.
Also
So then
note,
we could just put it like this, the source. It has to be HTTPS though. So breakout.dev. We just throw it on there.
maybe, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll play around with that, and then
Yeah, I mean, I think
maybe
if
tomorrow we can
you,
talk about it.
yeah, if you got a little farther, like I might be able to help, but I don't know this one off the top of my head. I
Okay.
mean, we could burn a whole hour on it and get nowhere. So,
Yeah. Okay. And
um,
then my other question, the last one, if we have a couple more minutes, um, I was just trying to remember on the way we did the image. I know I was going to go in there and finish that. Did we set it up to allow the ID to go there? Uh, if you remember, we were doing this Markdown short codes, and we're doing the same. We're using the same Markdown
yeah, I
as we
mean,
as we were.
I remember the Markdown work. I don't remember how
Yeah.
far we got though. Sorry.
Okay.
We'll have
No,
to
it's all
look at
right.
the code.
Yeah. So somewhere in here. That's the frequently asked questions one.
Yeah, the inline image is like, I know we wrote something there. I just don't know what it is. Just look at the
Yeah.
code. Don't look at the commits. Let's just
Okay.
see what the real code is.
All right. So it's in what file? App services breakdown. App services breakdown.
Cool. Yeah, somewhere in here.
Let's see the FAQ. Here we go. Inline image.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't look like we finished it.
Okay.
It's the to-do bit. So it is replacing the amp image, but we need to now take.
Not
Go ahead.
ideally take an ID and then run a query on it, even though that's going to be an n+1, but run a query on it and get the image from that ID of that image.
Yeah, when this gets marked down, you have to take what's in there and go get the image from the images that were uploaded. I think one of the things, one of the reasons we probably didn't return to this is because I'd recommended taking a look at what was it, that Fox or Box or Elox or Flix or whatever the fuck that Nova type was. I don't remember the right name of it, but it's Trix. It's Trix is what it was.
Tricks, yeah.
And if you're going to use Trix, then it does all those things automatically, so there's kind of no reason to mess with Markdown anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Well, with the exception that, we decided to keep Markdown.
Okay.
One of the things that Trix didn't do was it wouldn't do it right with Cloudinary with the way that we wanted. Like we're using Cloudinary for all of our images, and so and those could be subject to change. And I just want something simple for the staff to be able to just change the ID.
Sure. And you can finish this. I mean, basically
Okay.
whatever they put inside of the inline image tag is going to be an ID.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to take a look. We have to take a look at that inline image and see if it's numbers. And if it's numbers, then we have to get it from the database, which gets I assume it's Cloudinary URL. And then we put that into the image element source attribute.
Okay.
So,
well, then I'll prep on my end what I can do for that, and then you want to just
I mean, if you want to give me control, I can write some pseudocode here at least.
Okay.
Just to kind of tap it out a little better.
Yeah.
So we could do something like. I mean, what you would basically do here is check if image element, whatever, we can change that later, source is numeric, and there's there's a PHP method for that.
Okay.
You can do is numeric. There's even I think it's called that actually, literally. So basically, if it's a numeric thing, it doesn't have an extension, it doesn't have a web address, then try to find it in the DB.
Mm-hmm.
If not, then assume it is a good image. Otherwise, replace element.source with, I don't know why half my keys are being weird. Replace element source with image dot what is it, cloudinary path.
Yes.
So hopefully some of that makes sense.
Yep.
So right now, all we're doing is taking the inline image and making it an AMP image tag.
Correct.
But inside of that image that we got back from Markdown already, we could see if its source is just an integer or numeric, meaning it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And at that point, we could go look in the database, whatever you've got images as, I guess, image, right?
Yep.
So it'd just be like image find, that source number.
Should we do like a find or fail, or
No, I wouldn't do find or fail because it's gonna crap out. So you basically, you basically find it. If it returns 1, then replace source. So if returns 1, then you're gonna do the replace bit.
Okay.
You're gonna continue to replace sections of this image tag with the new source, right? So element source is now going to be whatever that cloudinary path was that came from the image that was found. Otherwise, you don't do anything else. So you just assume that, hey, even if it was numeric, it doesn't matter. Like they put something in there, they know what it means. I don't know.
Yeah, so then we're not overriding image.
Exactly. Yeah. If they put 1792 and somehow that's a page on the website that shows an image, well, just leave it alone then.
Yeah.
But if 1792 is something they put in there and it's an image in the database, then it's going to use the cloudinary URL.
Great. Okay.
So, and this isn't so bad. I mean, it's only going to do this. It's only going to pull this down, when the markdowns are rendered. And if you were really worried about that on every page request, we could pre-render the markdown. Yeah. So anytime they hit save in Nova, we could set this up to go ahead and run it through Markdown, put that HTML, in an HTML field that the user can't control. And then it's a not that big of an issue, but I don't think I probably wouldn't worry about it too much.
Okay.
Like performance wise. Let's get it built and then we can figure it out.
Do you have a few more minutes or you want to do it next time?
Oh, are we trying to build this right now?
It's up to you.
Oh, I wrote all that to leave it to you for an exercise.
Okay, well then good. I'll do the exercise.
But I mean, I can write it like right now if you want.
No, I mean I'm pretty sure I can get it.
I'll just
have to look up is numeric and figure
it
out.
Again, I can point you in the right direction. I mean, this code bringing it to life shouldn't be that bad, but let's just make sure I'm on the right track because everything else is numeric. I think it takes a...
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, as a number or numeric string. So it's a little bit lenient. Like theoretically, this could give you, see, it's gonna, like, it would allow this to be numeric, and so is 9.1. So like,
but it wouldn't. The only other way you use an image tag is HTTPS in front of it.
Kind of, yeah.
Source.
Yeah, this is the other one you could do is C-type digit.
Okay.
And this one might be a good one too.
That looks probably better, yeah.
If every character is a decimal digit, yeah. So C-type digit.
It returns true, so we can just say if C-type digit, and then in there put that image element.
So yeah, I would just C-type digit, pass it, the image element source.
Yep.
If that happens, then inside there do, the bit here.
Okay.
And you really don't even worry about that. It's really just
because that will return it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You're already returning a new AMP image, so it's really just, hey, if it's numeric, try to find it in the database. If we found it in the database, then overwrite the source attribute.
Great. Okay.
With the field from the image.
Yep.
Which I don't know what the name is.
It's actually this get URL attribute right there.
Okay. So yeah,
that's
so perfect. You just call that basically. Cool.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate
All right, well, I'll let you do that, and then you can show it to me tomorrow or whenever we pick it up next.
Okay. Sounds
Cool,
good.
dude. All right, I'll send you these once they're done processing in the cloud.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you.
man. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Take care.